Hi, family. So, this video is the update on where my family's at now. And also, there's a few things I wanted to add to this video that I forgot to share on my testimony video. I want everyone to know that, yes, I went through a lot of difficult things with the men I was dealing with, but I also was difficult. I wasn't, you know, a, a, um, 100% the victim of what was going on. I also contributed to a lot of the toxicity in the relationship with my children's father. I invested in him. And to me, I believe that I should have a return on my investment. There should be loyalty, there should be companionship, there should be respect. And I didn't get any of that. Yet I still stayed with this person because I was weak and afraid. Not necessarily afraid of him, but afraid to be alone. I was in a trap, didn't know how to get out, and the best solution to me was just to stay put, even though I was miserable. I was miserable with this man. And I just I remember having many arguments with him, and I would just continue to bring up old stuff. I could never let anything go. I constantly would just harp on the same thing over and over and over. And it was exhausting, but that's what I did. That's how I would cope, how I would manage what would be just constantly bringing stuff up. I wouldn't stay mad long, which didn't help. Um, I I remember that. He would do some crazy stuff, and it'd take me a few hours after it and calm down like nothing happened. Um, but again, I'm talking about my behavior and how I was. I wasn't the easiest person to get along with, and I just expected too much. And you can't control people. That's one thing that I know I tried. I tried to control him, and you can't. You cannot control people. You have control over yourself, but you don't have control over someone else. And so I just wanted you to know that I had have issues of my own. I mean, even during this time, and I'm being led to share this. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I was hearing voices. I was hearing voices in my head, and I'm thankful that once I stepped on the other side and stepped into that relationship with the Most High, I don't have those voices anymore. I don't hear anything but it's peace up in here. So, but I'm just sharing this because I know I'm not the only one that's gone through this or experienced this. Um, but yeah, I was not the easiest person to get along with, and I expected um, too much from him. And that's not how a healthy relationship's supposed to be. It was never a healthy relationship. I know that now, but I'm just clarifying that I contributed to this unhealthy relationship. In regards to the person that I was last with, um, I didn't do anything except for one thing. Towards the end, I reached out to his friend, and I wanted his friend to know everything that transpired. I told him about the money and, everything that I was doing and how he treated me. And I just wanted someone else to know that knew him, and he knew. When he found out, he he thought that I was trying to talk to this guy, which was the furthest thing from the truth. I just wanted a witness. And that was wrong. That was so wrong. I wanted to get back at him, and I should have never done that. I should have never done that. Regardless of how upset I was, I just should have never done that. And I accept full responsibility for that as well. These things that I'm talking about, I would never ever think about doing ever. I don't have the energy to even consider doing half of that. I respect myself and I respect others too much that's just not going to happen. I'm healed from that. The Most High has shown me who I am and what I need to address, and I'm going to continue to address the things that I need to work on. Constantly a work in progress. So I just wanted to share that. As far as my family goes, I years ago when I was a little girl, I told my aunt, well, she asked me, I'm leaving out a part. She asked me, well, Cassandra, what do you want to do when you grow up? I have no idea why I said I want to buy my parents a house. I had never even thought about it until after I said it. And I was like, wow, I really said that? How's that gonna work? My parents are divorced. Well, slowly but surely, my son, oldest son, was young, and we decided, oh, let's take him to New Orleans. Let's bring him down there, and it became a family thing. So my parents, yes, my parents, divorced parents, and my older brother Charles, and my son and I, we'd have these road trips every year down south. And yes, there'd be fighting and bickering, but we survived. And so slowly I see how God was working. We were kind of building up to being a unit again. And we all lived in different towns closer to when we got ready to buy the house. Um we were all having different situations at our homes that just weren't agreeable. And so we said, the conversation came up, let's go buy a house. And so I'm like, wow, this is really happening. Found a house. And so thankful. We went through a lot looking for the house. We put a bid on another house. It didn't work out. And I remember crying, God, why, why? I know I'm not supposed to question you, but I know I spoke these words, and this is in motion. It's happening. Just please help me have faith in you, have trust in you, and not question your plan. Sure enough, I found the house, and within 24 hours, it was ours. We were approved. Our bid was approved, and it was beautiful. We were all together in November, and then my brother decided he wanted to just go off on his own. I left out that my brother suffered from mental illness and had decided he wanted to stop taking his medication. He had done this before. And I intervened and got him help. But this time the Most High told me to take a step back. So November we bought the house, everyone moved here, we all merged. And my brother left to go to Delaware. And I could tell when the medication was wearing off. I can tell that, he was slowly changing. And so May of the following year, I remember talking to him on a Wednesday, and I could just tell I had a conversation with him before, when he was sick, and he wasn't even taking medication. This is before he had another episode as an adult. His first episode was when he was he was a teen. And I can just tell in the tone of his voice, he just didn't sound right. And so that was a Wednesday. I didn't hear from him again. I know he was having phone trouble, and I just assumed that, we would end up talking again. Completely just leaving everything in the Most High's hands. Well, on Monday, two police officers came to my house and told me my brother had drowned that Friday. And I remember having to compose myself because I live in between my parents, the way our house is designed. So I had to knock on my mother's door, ask her to go over with the twins while I'm talking to the police, and then go in after I'm done talking with the police and tell her that her son has died. And then knowing I got to walk to the other side of the house to go and tell my dad. Words can't describe the pain that I felt, not only for me, but really for them, because it was just difficult. We made it through. by the grace of the Most High. He truly has helped us to bond and lean on each other and support one another and talk. And I'm just so thankful for that. I'm so thankful. And I'm so thankful for the time that the Most High allowed me to have with my brother. I'm thankful for all the memories that I have. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for that, truly. And my parents as well. Um, my parents, I was explaining how, they had difficult um, childhoods. It's different with how they are now. It's beautiful to see what they didn't get, they're giving. My mom is like a mom to my kids, especially my oldest son. So what she wasn't able to give to myself and my brother, she gives to them. It's a lot. she it's a lot. Like she really tries to spoil them, and I'm just looking at her like, no, don't do that. But it is what it is. And my father, I explained in my generational curse video how my father, his grandfather didn't like him because of his complexion, and also, how they struggled a lot. Well, now he's the pop that calls the grandbabies in, even the oldest. Oh, how you doing? What's going on? Whoa, what's this in my wallet? What? Help me count this. And I mean, sometimes these kids they don't they may not have to work the way he's passing money to them, but they're saving it, so that's good. But he's able to be in the role of what he wanted and what he needed. He's able to give that to his grandchildren, and I love to see it. Um I've had some very difficult conversations with both of my parents, especially my father, because he I realized he would hold on to things as well. Just as I mentioned, I would always hold on to things and wouldn't let things go for years. And the Most High led me to have some really deep conversations with my father to give him some insight and perspective on how things may not have been what he thought they were. And living in a small town, living in the valley, everybody knows everybody. Everyone's in everyone's business. And oftentimes, a lot of people would be in my father's ear, telling him stuff. And I said, Dad, how do you know what they were saying were true about my mother and his relationship? I said, did it ever occur to you that people were jealous? Did it ever occur to you that people were trying to mess up what you had? And it's like every time I have these conversations with my father, it takes off a layer of pain for him, because once my mom comes around, he's like, "How are you doing? What's going on?" And he's always like that. He's like, "Oh well, oh, you want to go get your hair done? Wanna you want to go ahead and go take care of yourself?" And I've had conversations with my mom. I said, it's a nice gesture, and it's okay to say yes, but help him to understand that he doesn't have to buy, forgiveness from you, that it can just be a conversation and mutual. But I love the fact that they're trying. I love the fact that mm, I love the fact that they can say I love you and thank you for our children. Never in a million years would have thought I would have heard that. That's all, everything I'm sharing with you, all the Most High. That's exactly how he moves. That's all him. All the praise and glory goes to the Most High God. And I'm so thankful to be a witness. I'm so thankful to give a testimony to this, because he can absolutely and will do the impossible. You just have to get out of your own way and allow him to. He will do it. So that's the update on my family. We have our ups and downs, and what family doesn't? But we stay together, and we give all of our praise and glory to the Most High, and we trust in him for our faith, our knowledge, our wisdom, especially our discernment. We are a unit. And I remember someone said to me, well, you're with your parents, and you're taking care of your dad. Well, what happens if? And I'm like, well, what do you mean what happens if? The Most High has had me this entire time. He knows what my life is going to look like, your life, my children's life. He knows our beginning and our end. And so it gives me great peace to have faith and trust and believe in him and not worry about that. What I just need to worry about is completing my assignment and following and listening to the Most High God and working on myself to be more like him. So that's the end. Wow, 15 minutes. That's not bad. I was trying to get it all in really quick so you wouldn't be sitting here, looking at a video that's an hour long and not wanting to listen to all of it. I pray that something I said encouraged you, that it blessed you, that it helped you to look within yourself and think about addressing certain things. I hope that this inspired you and encouraged you. And until the next video, love and blessings on you. Thank you for listening.